This is real booking. Cry me a river. Welcome to Book It. I am your commissioner, your Book It Boy of the Year, and your hater of the year, Lil X Fudge, and we are here tonight with your GMs, Damone, D-Money Allen.
I wasn't sure which one you were going to first. Hello.
I made the wrong choice. And the bad guy, Kenny.
Hey, yo!
Ugh. Was that a Neo reference?
I don't know.
Or was that
Just
like
as long as you're not being blue, that's all that matters.
I was asking, you feeling blue?
Yeah, I can't be out here feeling blue.
Yeah.
I'm feeling blue a little bit because CM Punk acting up.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of, tonight we are fantasy booking, All In 3. So we saw All In 2 last weekend. It was an incredible show with some hijinks backstage, featuring our boy Pepsi Phil fighting Jungle Jack. And now we are going to speculate, where are we going to be in 1 year's time? What will our matches be? Who will our champions be? What will the scenario be? Who will be employed? Will it be Phil? We don't know. Those are the questions that we are going to predict tonight and put our own little twist on. Because, nobody books it quite like Book It books it.
Yeah. So let's get started.
Let's fire it up.
What's the opening question is Phil, aka CM Punk, still employed in a year's time?
I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to say he is.
So we think Phil is employed. Do we think that a brand split gets hardened in this time?
No. I feel like they're not going to ever do a brand split. Because even WWE, when they do a brand split, they never stick to it. They did this whole ass draft. And then like LA Knight's on Raw 1 week, then SmackDown. He's feuding with Miz. He's a Raw person, even though he's on SmackDown. Like
Judgment Day is on everything.
On everything. Like no one's sticking to the rules of the draft.
Yeah, they won't say they stuck to the wild card rule, but they doing that shit.
Yeah, they did the draft and they were like, yeah, the draft's for pretty much the bloodline because they don't want to be on Raw anymore. Everybody else is just going to be where we put them.
And they were still on Raw at one point.
They still be showing up, but it's convenient. So I think if we want to stay true to the card that we saw for All In 2, they had 5 title matches and 3 non-title matches plus 2 on 0 hour. Is that a format we want to stick to? So a total of 10 matches?
Yeah, I think it's a good format. I think 10 matches is like a sweet spot. There was a while, and they've gotten dramatically better at it, where AEW was doing too many matches. Like a card, it would be like each card would be like 15 matches, and each match was at least 10, 15 minutes. It's like we didn't need all this. Like you could have cut out 4 of these matches, or they could have been on Dynamite. And
it wasn't all good matches either. Like particularly Double or Nothing 2022 was particularly tough about this, where they had like 14 matches, and I felt like 8 of them stunk. That was a hard watch. I think they've gotten, like you said, much better about picking their matches and making sure that the quality of them holds up.
Was that the one where they had everybody kept doing the sharpshooter?
Yes. Oh my god, that was so awful.
No one could do a proper sharpshooter.
Brett Fest. Nobody. But wasn't it Phil who hit the only good sharpshooter that night?
I think so. I think he was the only one who had a decent sharpshooter. Everyone else kept fucking it up.
And they were hoping to get pops, but the audience just wasn't feeling the Brett tribute.
No.
We thought this was about Owen. Sorry. I'd much rather see some sick pile drivers all night. Somebody's neck got to get broke for the cause.
I don't think anyone's volunteering for that.
Yeah. What do we think should be on 0 Hour at this point? Should we maybe do like an FTW championship, TBS championship? That was snubbed off of last year's show.
Let's do the trios.
Trios on 0 Hour. They're kind of hot right now, so they would really either be making a sacrifice or falling off a little bit. So the trios championships.
I'm trying to, who I think in a year's time. So I feel like House of Black will still be around, but I can see Aleister Black doing like more solo stuff, while Buddy and Brody are more like a tag team.
Yeah, I could see that too.
I don't think Billy Gunn's still going in a year. So I don't think the Acclaimed are still the Trios champions. Maybe the Best Friends.
How about the Best Friends? Do the Best Friends with
you think
Orange
they're
Cassidy.
Be the champions?
Yeah, I could see that. Best Friends.
Yes, make
the Trios champions.
So we have Best Friends. And who do we think their opponents would be in this situation?
I almost said Dark Order.
Ooh, that would
we
be
could do we could do the Mogul. Was that Mogul Embassy? I can say that.
Oh, you're kind of cooking there. I like that.
Yeah, I agree with Mogul Embassy.
I wish they didn't lose. I wish they didn't lose AR Fox in that. I thought that was such a poor decision. So this would be Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor. So we'll clarify who's competing. Because Mogul Embassy got a lot of fucking members.
Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor. Then the other side, we have Swerve, AR Fox, and who else is it?
You think they bring back AR Fox?
They kicked the AR Fox out,
for this match, we got to go all out. So we got to have AR Fox. We got to have Swerve in there.
Well, they kicked AR Fox out of the Mogul Embassy. Are they
going to have him be Big Show where they just keep turning him?
I mean, look. I mean,
turning him the first time was already a little goofy, so they might as well, like, at this fucking point.
But, sure, we'll go. They bring him back.
But we also have Brian Cage still there.
Yeah, so I put Brian Cage and then Rick Ross. Technically, he is part of the Mogul Embassy.
That would be really fucking funny. Like, that decreases the match quality by a lot, but that would explain it being on 0 Hour. But it's fucking funny.
And I can see Rick Ross feuding with like Orange Cassidy for some reason, like just being a dickhead to him, and like them two, like him doing the kicks to Rick Ross.
Yeah, and just getting all fucking like working himself into a shoot over it.
Yeah.
That would be really funny. Like I could see Rick Ross being offended by Orange Cassidy's shtick. Like, so I think that's a good match. And we can maybe come back to some stories and winners at another point, but let's just keep building our card.
I feel like we need more. They need more women, so maybe put the TBS championship.
I was about to say that. I was about to say maybe we can have the return. I know y'all don't like Jay Cargill. I said maybe you could have the return of Jay Cargill.
I don't like her, but it makes sense for her to return here.
Yeah, have her return. Maybe go up against who she should go up against?
Athena.
So I don't think Chris Statlander holds it this long.
No, I don't either.
Oh, you're saying so we should? Oh, so you saying I can't speak today? So you saying we should give it back to her, the TBS championship?
I feel like she probably wins it back at this. She's won it back at this point.
Okay.
Do you think she should maybe return surprise as a babyface against a heel who's been raising hell?
But who would it be? Maybe Athena.
It could be.
But
Athena.
I don't really see her being a good babyface against Athena, though.
I could see.
Why don't we do Ruby Riott?
Oh, like one of the Outcasts, maybe.
Yeah. Ruby Riott versus Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
That's the match I skipped, but
But it's in
Rudy
0 hour
Soho.
though, so it's not like it's nothing. Yeah, but it's nothing crazy. It's in 0 hour.
Granted, I watched 0 hour for that first match.
I didn't watch any 0. I came in straight at CM Punk versus Samoa Joe.
Oh man, you got to go back and watch that tag match. MJF hit the kangaroo kick. It was magic.
Yeah, I saw the highlight for it, but I didn't see the actual match.
And we can come back to this later if we don't like this match. I think that match is kind of weak, but it's okay to have like a match that isn't the best. But
yeah, I was gonna say the women's division is kind of ass. So,
I think they're just not using it very well. But we could come back and correct it. Like if we think of just a better match, I would love to. Sorry, I was thinking it was like the wrong alignment. I was going to say Sky Blue in a babyface match because she's been cooking in the ring lately. I know she's viral for different reasons as of late, but she's been cooking in the ring.
Maybe we could put her for the actual women's championship
potentially. Yeah. So we got our main card.
I say we start off with like a. We can start off with fucking. What you call it? I can't say their name. Blackpool whatever.
Combat Club.
Yeah, I keep wanting to say Blackpool Battle Club. I'm like, that's not their name.
That's essentially what they are.
Yeah, so we have them.
The Blackpool Battle Guild.
Yeah, you got to start off kind of hot. You got to start off with them. Have them go crazy with the weapons. Maybe have them go up against. Who should they go up against?
They have faced like every faction.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm trying to think of those factions. I'm like, they face everybody. I was gonna say just go up against Sting and them, I guess.
Oh, you think Sting and Darby versus a couple of them?
Yeah, Sting and Darby versus what's his name? Mox and Claudio Castagna, his name.
Or I have another one.
I would say Wheeler. It'd probably be Wheeler, Yuta, and
you could also have them face turn babyface again because we have a whole year, and they could face the OG TNA group with some wild shit with Jeff Jarrett.
So you say okay.
So you could do like they turn babyface. You could do Moxley, Yuta, Castagnoli versus Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Satnam Singh, or even Sanjay Dutt. I don't know if he's like even cleared to compete at all.
He's not wrestling anymore. No, that's my boy, but yeah, he's not wrestling anymore.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there's a better way we can use it. The Blackpool Combat Club. I might want to like come back to that one.
We can still erase it.
Which, granted, yeah, like. They'll be going on like 3 years of faction wars at this point. Who knows if they even make it? We could even maybe do a split up angle with them, like have someone that face each other.
I would honestly do a split up.
Yeah, that would be like their third year.
The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn.
Ooh, that is a good ass feud if they stay together, though. It's
to start. I think that'd be a good like overface group against a good heel group, in my opinion. I don't even know if they face each other yet. I don't think they have.
I don't think so. At least not with Billy Gunn.
So we can come back to this because I also do like the idea of splitting them up. But this would be a good feud. And like the amount of sympathy that the Acclaimed and Gunn would draw against them would be nuts because I would give the Blackpool Combat Club this. Whoever they face, people feel sorry for them. Because I don't want any of my faves facing them motherfuckers, giving them hepatitis. The Blackpool Combat Club is a disease factory.
If we don't do them versus or the Acclaim versus Blackpool Combat Club, we could do the Bullet Club Gold versus the Acclaim, and with Billy Gunn's career on the line.
Hey, I say the main event be let's see. A triple threat match between MJF, Christian, and I'm trying to think of what third would be. MJF, Christian.
Skipping like 8 matches.
Yeah,
I know. I'm saying, but still, we can have it in there. We can still go back to it.
We'll get to that. I
I want Christian in main event against MJF. Is what I'm saying. That's the main thing I want.
Christian and MJF.
Ooh. So I'm assuming MJF's the baby face in that.
Yeah, there ain't no redemption for Turtleneck.
I was thinking because I was trying to think how I would do it because I definitely want Christian to be heel. MJF could probably still go on his good run.
MJF's dad is not dead.
Yet.
He's alive.
He can die for this. Trying to think of more singles matches we might want to see.
So I think so I would say Wardlow versus somebody. I feel like Wardlow has to get on the card.
You think we want to put Wardlow back on? We'd have to give him something good and he'd have to win.
Yeah. Wardlow, is he injured?
No, I think he had visa issues before the Canadian tour.
No.
I have an idea to make the TNT title kind of cook again. I know we're doing a lot of multi-man matches. We do need to get some singles on the card to correct this year's mistake. I want to see AEW create a bootleg of the championship scramble for either the international or TNT title. I think the TNT more of an international will be better just because it's been such a great title with Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, I think doing it with the international would work better for Wardlow just because he's already had the TNT title. Or actually, I kind of want to say Wardlow for the main event.
Oh, a heel Wardlow versus face MJF would be amazing. But
we could just have. Maybe you could do because I still want this triple threat match. I was going to say we could still do Christian versus MJF versus Wardlow. Have Wardlow and MJF be faces, but it's kind of like they don't trust each other, kind of thing. Even though neither one is going to do anything to the other, but they both don't trust each other because of their past. And meanwhile, Christian's in here acting a damn fool at the same time in this triple threat match. Like he's acting a fool. He's the one they should be worried about, but they so worried about each other. So, in my opinion, adds a new dynamic to it.
I don't hate that, but I thought of heel Wardlow going against face MJF and however he is, and I was like, ooh, he'd be a heat magnet. And I think Wardlow needs a heel turn just because of how much steam he's lost, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think he's going to come back and be a super over babyface right off the top.
I think he might, like, immediately, but the way they booked him, I'm not confident they can keep it up. Like, I could see it being, like, 1 or 2 weeks. He gets a huge pop when he comes back, and then right back to being, like, just there.
Yeah. So I do like the idea of the International Championship Scramble. We do need a different name for it. You could say
Championship.
It's like Survivor match. Remember that off of the video games?
Yeah. Slobber Knocker.
Championship Slobber Knocker. So
JR is there, so he can do that, I guess.
I'll keep the scramble name until we think of a good bootleg. So who do we think is going to take the belt off Orange Cassidy and be champion a year from now?
I don't necessarily think it's the person who takes it off of Cassidy who has to be the champion by then.
But we have to lead somewhere with it.
So who do I think could take it off of him? Obviously, it's going to be a heel.
I think it's going to be Jon Moxley, if we're being realistic.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I think it's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I could see it being Moxley, but then he loses it. We could do...
it might be Jericho.
Takeshita.
Oh,
Takeshita.
Or as MJF says, Takeshita.
Takeshita. Yeah. Him as the champion with Don Callis. Because they seem like they want to push him.
Yeah, they are really in on Takeshita. Right? And who are his 4 opponents? Granted, beating Takeshita, which I think Wardlow should go somewhere higher than this. Anybody who beats Takeshita is getting over because for some reason, Don Callis and Takeshita are just milking that heat from that crowd. I don't even think they've done anything that evil, but I think just the raw hatred of Don Callis radiates onto Takeshita.
Yeah, it definitely does.
The Dynamite crowd loves the Elite, so they are just booing the fuck out of them at anytime they step in the building.
I know you're gonna hate this, but Hangman.
No, I like Hangman in this spot.
I was going to say put Hangman in there. I already knew I was going to say it. So Hangman, I say Jericho.
Ooh, this is a star-studded match actually, and it gets some workers around Jericho. So if he starts slowing down, he can.
What about Andrade?
Ooh, yeah, maybe he's cooking
on
Collision, and then we could do another Collision guy to kind of balance it. We could do Miro here. He hasn't won this title.
Yeah, we could, and it makes it truly international. Is there anyone British?
Osprey, but I don't know if he'll be employed.
I feel like Osprey's
kind of above this.
Yeah.
Which this is a great title, but Osprey is being presented like a big deal. Do they have any British male talent other than a Go-Go? We're not pushing fucking a Go-Go. That man stinks. I can't think of any like British male talent they have.
Isn't that one guy British? The one that's like real flamboyant. Forget
Castle.
Yeah, him.
Castle.
Is he?
I don't think he's British.
No, I think he's just a funny voice. Like,
yeah, I think he just does that to be like to be flamboyant and obnoxious.
I'll double check
American.
though.
No, he's American.
Yeah, it says American.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought he was foreign.
Nope. At one point, he was from the open waters.
He's from New York. He's from Rochester, New York.
Oh shit! Is he really from Rochester?
Yeah.
Hey.
I thought of something for the opening match on 0 Hour that might be worth considering. Yeah. If we want to save Orange Cassidy for a singles match, what if we bring back Danhausen for the trios match? Because he should be back from his injury by then.
And then Danhausen with Rick Ross would be funny.
Yeah, that also decreases the match quality. Like Swerve and Brian Cage would definitely have to lead that match. Trent and Chuck aren't bad, and Danhausen can wrestle. He just doesn't normally do so.
Right.
Like I said, we've decreased the match quality by taking AR Fox and Orange Cassidy out for Rick Ross and Danhausen.
But it like that match is more of that match is more of like a comedy, like funny match, and like the idea of like Rick Ross being in a match is funny.
And Danhausen's got up here on All In and Wembley. He's too big of an act in and of himself. Like, I don't know if y'all have seen that man's t-shirt numbers, but he's
like the #1 t-shirt seller in AEW.
Yeah, he's a fucking hooper. He's got to at least be on the pre-show.
But yeah, I'm good with that as the international championship.
And that gives us a lot to do with Orange Cassidy if we want to.
Yeah.
Because he is like probably the best worker on their roster besides maybe MJF. Which
wait.
That could
Why don't we do this? Why don't we move the TBS championship up and then put the Ring of Honor championship there instead?
So who'd be the Ring of Honor champion?
I'd say put Orange Cassidy in that match.
Because see, I'll be real. I prefer that the Ring of Honor stuff gets besides the tag championships because MJF, but that should have been the AEW tag team championships. But Fraud TR had to hold on to them. But I like when
they separated.
I like it when they stay separate, but it's up to we could take a majority rule on that. I do think we did a different match for the TBS championship when we come back to it because I think that's a really weak match with Soho and Cargill.
I mean, it makes sense, but I'm just saying, I say move it up to the main card, or not like just in the main card and have the Ring of Honor championship. That's realistic what they would do. Put the Ring of Honor championship in the 0 Hour.
Yeah, I'll put it like I'll just put it on here, and we can move matches around as we go too. Just I gotta have. So who's gonna be the champion at this point?
Ryan
Nemeth.
No. I was actually thinking of doing a tag team match. The Guns versus the Nemeth.
Ooh, that's fucking heat. We need some singles matches, but I'm putting that shit on there immediately.
But is Dolph even in there?
1 year's time, he'll be
1
free.
year's time, he could be.
I'm pushing the agenda. He's already been on Being the Elite more than he has been WWE TV this year.
Are we? So I didn't know we were doing that. I thought they had to be AEW talent.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen in a year.
We're allowed to speculate. Like, we could have said Phil's going to be unemployed by this point. So,
and technically, in a year, MJF might not be there either.
Yeah, I think as much as he be shilling on Twitter, he'll be back. I think he's already.
I think he will. I think he's going to resign too, because I think Tony Khan's going to throw them, give him a blank check.
I think he already has.
I don't know.
I think MJF's already resigned. I think he's just saying the 2024 shit just to keep people suspenseful.
I could see that, but I could see him I could see him if Tony Khan is smart, he just gives him a blank check.
Yeah,
he's just write down the number.
MJF's about to have some Shad Khan money.
Right?
Tony Khan's about to have to go ask a daddy to pay MJF.
Yeah, just write down the number, kid. Maybe I'm trying to think of who would be good. Maybe have Keith Lee be the Ring of Honor champion.
Ooh, that might be a good place to rebuild Keith Lee. And who should he face?
Trying to think. Mark Sterling. Just kidding.
10 out of 10. $5.
He could face -1. Also, just kidding. Maybe Pac.
Oh, I don't want to push Pac again, but I'll put him in as a stand-in.
He can go up against Sammy. I know we ain't got shit for Sammy.
Oh, Damone's gonna have some shit for Sammy.
Oh yeah, I got shit for Sammy to do. Yeah, actually, take Jericho out.
Take Jericho. Ooh, I'm kind of torn on that because I think Jericho's name helps.
I think Jericho fits in that match.
And maybe also, look who Jericho's surrounded by. Jericho. Oh, for singles match. Finally.
For a singles match. Sammy versus Jericho.
That makes sense. Even though that match is not near as good, but we need a fifth person. But Sammy versus Jericho is a good singles match. And Sammy finally gets the payoff and finally grows some nuts and steps away from Jericho.
What about Rey Fenix to replace?
I was to say Rey Fenix could be good, but also we could do Daniel Garcia.
Daniel Garcia works, yeah.
Yeah, we can get the dance.
Get some light skin energy in there.
Danciel Garcia. Yeah, that match is fucking heat. That's stealing the show. So
we actually increased the match quality by taking Jericho out.
Yeah, we did by a lot. I mean, that match Jericho could get carried through easily, no matter because Jericho has good nights where he's okay. But in that match, he doesn't need to do jack shit. He just needs to get knocked down and let those 4 guys cook. But I think we're on to something here. I do think that we might need to sub out some title matches because if we're going to have 5 title matches, we already got trios, TBS, Ring of Honor, and International. I think we're really wasting a title on either TBS or Ring of Honor at this point. I don't think we don't need Ring of Honor.
I don't think we need the Ring of Honor championship. I feel like we could do Keith Lee versus someone without the title being on the line.
I don't think Keith Lee's AEW work constitutes him having a singles match on this show. He might have made sense in the scramble, but
true.
I don't think he's earned a singles match on this pay-per-view yet.
Yeah, he kind of got exposed by going to AEW.
I think he's always had the skills, but I think he's also I think he's kind of going toward the twilight of his career at this point and doesn't know it yet.
How old is he?
I think he's only in his 30s, which is usually a wrestling prime. But when
he's 38.
So yeah, that's towards the end, I guess. Also,
he's a bigger goofy, guy, so
bigger guy. He's goofy. His character is super goofy.
But it's not leaning into it goofy.
Right, no. He's still super serious, and it's
that's what makes an MJF or a Kurt Angle work. They always lean into it. And hell, even Roderick Strong can end up being funny because of leaning into it. You gotta commit. And so we got 6 matches. Sammy Guevara versus Chris Jericho. Guns versus Nemeth could be cool. But that might be like one we workshop. We need some singles matches. So, what are we doing with the women's championship? Yeah, what are we doing with the women's championship?
So I think it should be a heel woman versus Sky Blue.
I don't think it should be Saraya.
No, I don't think Saraya should keep it that long. Maybe
you want to do Britt Baker?
I almost want it to be Jamie Hayter though, because she didn't get to do it this year.
Jamie Hayter coming back, and Mercedes as a heel champ.
I low key fuck with that.
Let's say Mercedes does what should happen and squashes Saraya next week.
She was in a boots though.
Yeah,
I said what I said. Saraya got 3 broken necks and shouldn't be wrestling. So Mercedes Moné could show up in her fucking boot and take that title off her now that she's done fighting for her family in England. Because none of us in the States give a fuck about Saraya.
So we're doing Mercedes Moné versus Sky Blue?
No, versus Jamie Hayter, because she'll be back by then and in fucking Wembley. My God.
They're gonna lose their fucking mind because she was supposed to go this year, but she got injured, and she's British, so her winning the title in Britain is gonna be a bigger deal than fucking Saraya winning it in Britain.
They had to settle for Saraya and still popped like crazy.
I knew she was gonna win it too. I knew she was.
And I knew they were gonna try to babyface it like she hadn't been heel for the last year. I fucking hated that.
That was stupid how they did that.
That was my second least favorite outcome besides Criminal Cash pulling the fucking bookie. I wasn't
mad at that match. I was more mad at how long that match was. That match shouldn't have ended like 5 minutes before.
Yeah.
And that what was it? That German suplex, Northern Light suplex spot, that shit was awful. They both couldn't even get up. They kept trying to like lift each other up. That mess was terrible.
Which match are you talking about?
FTR versus Young Bucks. When they both were going back and forth hitting each other with German suplexes, Northern Light suplexes. Yeah, they both were looking sluggish. It looked bad.
Yeah, that was I'm still mad at that match.
Too long.
So are we gonna do anything with the Elite? I think we kind of got to, but I don't think we need any more multi-man.
I think we can get a break from the Elite for once.
Ooh, no Elite. Not even Kenny in a singles match?
To go back. Did your internet freeze or was it just me?
I heard you.
Yeah, well, I heard you, but then you stopped. So I was waiting on what was next.
So I was gonna say,
sorry,
not even Kenny Omega
like
in a
my
singles
internet
match.
started
Kenny?
spinning. I was gonna say,
and that shit's spinning again.
Oh, you could do Omega versus Ospreay.
Omega versus fuck, I can't say no to that. It should have happened this year, but we got to do that.
I feel like I've seen that match.
This is the third one.
Twice. This would be the trilogy.
Okay.
We got to run that shit back and Ospreay win the series. And that's going to be for this one. We could do another company's title because that's a New Japan story, which granted, everyone online's like, they're not going to pay off a New Japan story in AEW ring. I don't give a fuck. At this point,
no one gives a shit about New Japan that much. No offense.
Will Ospreay may not even be employed by New Japan by this point. So
we'll just make it for the New Japan title.
Well,
like you could say Ospreay refuses. He wants to beat Omega on his turf, or he wants to win the title in his home country.
I was gonna say
or retain or beat Omega end the series.
We could make it for that, NXT US championship that Ospreay made the UK championship. But like I said, Ospreay may be full-time AEW by this point.
Yeah, he could be.
He said on AEW TV when his contract's going up. I don't know. I know he doesn't want to live in the States, but do we want to make it for that title or just do the match?
I would just do the match.
It holds up on its own.
Yeah. What I was gonna say before my internet started fucking up is take out make Jade Cargill the heel again.
Okay.
And have her versus Sky Blue for the TBS title.
And Sky Blue the champion? Or
no,
Jade
make
Cargill?
Jade Cargill's the
champion.
Yeah, she wins the title back. She's dominant again, and Sky Blue wins the number one contenders match to face her. I also would kind of move that to the main card.
That's okay. Move it to the main card.
What are we moving to the 0 hour? I think that's a 0 hour match if you've ever seen one.
No, because they try to represent the women a little better. So I feel like you can do that.
I feel like the championship scramble would go to
that match is too damn good to put on there. I'd almost even put
the people that's on there.
The people that's on there though aren't big enough to.
Yeah,
Hangman Page is a former AEW champion.
I understand, but
when Jericho was on there, it would have been on the main card. But with him off, that puts at 0 hour.
And Takeshita's like a big deal in AEW right now. He's like, other than Turtleneck Christian, he's probably the biggest heel. Like in terms of
that's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying.
energy.
I feel like the Ring of Honor one would have been in there because I feel like realistically they would have put the Ring of Honor one on there.
Yeah. If we did, I just want to make not every match a title match, but if
it's not, we still got 3 matches that aren't title matches right here.
Yeah. I just had 5 as an arbitrary number. If we want to go up from 5, we can. Do we want to add Ring of Honor? Or do we want to move international? I think international holds up as like this is probably as of there. If Omega and Ospreay don't have their best match ever, that is easily the best match on the card right now.
Or I guess you could have the 0 hour end with Sky Blue winning the title.
That is true. Like, because we do have like, I was thinking maybe Jamie Hayter main events this pay-per-view. And that's booking the women's division better already.
I hear you, but because we got MJF in the main event, so she's not.
Yeah,
MJF's that guy, but Jamie Hayter is like
you still got. I get it, but you still got to push that guy. It's like it's MJF. He's gonna be. Yeah. He's gonna put on a 5-star match, and that's how you're gonna end it with whatever the goofy shit he does. It's gonna be a longer match. It's gonna hit the whole time. Yeah.
I would move the TBS championship back to 0 hour. So you end 0 hour with Sky Blue beating Jade, finally winning the big one, winning a championship, and you end with her holding the title before you go into the pay-per-view.
Yeah. And you have 2 happy endings, and then the Blackpool Combat Club beat the everything fuck out of the Acclaim down. They're committing some hate crimes in that match. So we got our 6 main card matches. So we have 2 more main card matches. And I'd say that if we need to make any adjustments, that Guns versus Nemeth, Sammy Guevara versus Jericho could be some adjustments we make.
I don't realistically see the Guns and Nemeth.
Guns and Nemeth is kind of like a me passion project, but since Damone said it, I had the vote
in there. But that's
weird. I wasn't even the one who said it. Damone said it, and I was like, if you want to push my passion project,
I just don't think, because I feel like, in my opinion, I just feel like because he's not employed by them, we shouldn't have the Nemeths on there.
Oh, for me, that's not even it. For me, it's just that Ryan's kind of a weak link right now. Like,
well, we need to have a tag team championship match.
Because if the Nemeths, for example, I think you'd be having like Dolph having a singles match probably before you give Ryan a push, unless it's to spite Phil. If Phil's not employed, then they'd probably put Ryan Nemeth on that card.
You can have the okay. Maybe you can have the Guns go up against CM Punk and Samoa Joe.
Oh, now we're removing the Nemeths for Phil.
I think you can do that. Have the Guns go over as beating CM Punk and Samoa Joe.
I don't think they should be tagging or interacting again.
I don't want Jericho. I don't want Samoa Joe and Punk together again.
I think Punk should
it's not even like it's Samoa Joe's fault. Punk he's slowed down. It's him. Like it's all him right now.
No, not because of match quality or anything. Just because we've seen it enough.
They should
move on
from each other at this point.
They don't need to be together. They're both
Punk
old.
Needs something new to do.
Right. You could do Punk, or what is it? Punk FTR, whatever it's called, versus the House of Black.
I was going to say, do we want to try to book the Brawl Out match? Do you think they could patch it up in a year if Phil's still employed?
We make them do it.
I mean, this is going to be the only way probably that it happens if we can force it to happen. Which, granted, I'm losing interest in that match each week because I'm just growing to hate FTR more. But is Cash in prison at this point?
No, I have a feeling he probably just ends up with like a fine or something.
Yeah, I think he's straight. So I think take Guns and Nemeth off for that.
Take Guns and Nemeth off.
Well, we lose Omega Ospreay if we did that match. That's the decision.
Oh yeah,
do
you're
Omega
right.
Ospreay more, or do we want to do CMFTR versus the Elite more?
We also have to move Hangman.
Oh no, we don't have to have Hangman in this match.
Well, Hangman's the whole. I'd rather do Hangman, move Hangman, and do Hangman in the Young Bucks because it's really Hangman that started it all. It all started with Hangman.
Yeah.
So Hangman,
the Hung Bucks versus
CMFTR.
So who we putting in Hangman's place here? Ooh, cooking here. That could be where Nikki Nemeth goes.
Kip Sabian.
You know what? Yeah, Kip Sabian deserves a chance. You're right. He's
I'm mad that they like brought him back and then like he had a whole new look, and I actually liked his new gimmick with like the bags and stuff, and then he lost immediately. So the Hung Bucks versus CMFTR.
And we could change the.
I would say that one would be Anarchy in the Arena.
Ooh.
Because then that helps with Punk being slow and old at this point. So because they can use weapons and they can get their fucking anger out at each other. So
yeah, everybody can go into business for themselves.
Yeah, everybody just don't fucking stab each other and you're good. If you want to bust each other open, fine. We don't give a shit. This is the match to do it in.
All right. So we got 3 trios matches on here. But that's all right. We might be able to make an adjustment to one of them as we go if we just need to sub one out for a singles match or something.
Okay. House of Black has to get on this card.
I think we should do a Malachi Black solo match.
We could do Malachi Black solo. Who is he facing though?
We got to give him like a nice big time. If we didn't just do CM Punk there, I could do Malachi Black versus CM Punk as well. That would be a good feud for him to win.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, that's what. Before we decided to do that match,
the brawl out
match. Do the brawl out match. I was gonna say do House of Black versus CMFTR.
Sorry, I'm calling this match Brawl In. Malachi Black can do a solo.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out. It's another trios match.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
It's the House of Black, versus the Hardys and Adam Copeland.
As much as I love that, one Jeff Hardy can't get into England because of all his felonies.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot. God damn it, Jeff! Stop committing crimes.
Well, he did. He just still has to be a felon, like forever. I wish Jeff. If Jeff Hardy
to be fair, did he really stop? Because he just did it like 6 months ago.
Listen, give him time. If Jeff Hardy could still go, I'd do Malachi Black versus Jeff Hardy 1v1.
That's what the courts need to do. Give him time.
I just got something. What if we did Malachi Black versus broken Matt Hardy? And maybe did like
Matt Hardy's gonna break again?
Fuck it, why not? And what if it was like kind of cinematic or something?
Do they do cinematic matches?
They have, yeah.
Yeah, they did it during COVID, like WWE did. They did they did another deletion in AEW with, but they put it on Rampage. That's where they do their pre-tape stuff.
I could see them doing a like House of Black. I'm not mad at it. I'm trying to think of who else like they could.
If we can think of a better singles match for Malachi Black, I think Ricky Starks getting on this card is kind of important, so we could do maybe something like that.
So how about this?
I want to take Kip Sabian out
for Ricky Starks.
Yes.
Ricky Starks and MJF in the main event. Have them go at it for the belt.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
And that we could do either alignment too. Oh
yeah.
Yuck. Have them go at it in the main event. And then you can put. I feel like we shouldn't have any more trios matches. We have way too many.
I agree.
So, what about Aleister Black?
I want to say Starks is the heel champion at this point.
No, make him be the face. Make him be the face and have him go up against MJF. That's the champion. Have him be the one to stop his streak.
I want MJF to be a babyface forever at this point.
But I feel like they're both tweeners. Like at this point, I feel like because like the crowd, like they're currently flipped, but the crowd still ain't really booing Ricky Starks. Like the company wants them to be a heel, right? They want the Punk wants them to be, or the company wants them to be him to be a heel, but the people.
You're right when you said Punk.
Yeah, right. They still fuck with Ricky Starks, so I think you can have MJF still be the champion. And he could be what he's doing now, just kind of being a dickhead, being our scumbag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think the flipped alignments is a nice story change because the first time Ricky Starks was the good guy and MJF was the scumbag, and Starks couldn't get the job done fair. Now Ricky Starks is doing dickhead shit to win. Maybe that's what it takes.
Oh, I'm not mad at that either.
But
yeah, I think that is the main event though. Ricky Starks versus. I would have MJF go either way, even if MJF's the baby face, have him go in as the champion.
But we're having him hold for another year.
Yeah.
Which, granted, I don't mind that. MJF can hold as long as he fucking wants.
Have him hold it for another year and then have him lose it to Ricky Starks. That's what I'm saying. Have him break the streak.
All right, so MJF versus Starks 2. That does leave a little void for Turtleneck Christian.
So we can have Christian.
What if you did the tag team titles and it was Brody King and Buddy Matthews versus Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, both in turtlenecks? Adam Copeland's got to pick up that fucking turtleneck if he wants to team with Christian. Christian ain't giving up that thing.
I just don't agree with having non-AEW people in there. That's
you
part
could
I'm
do.
Not
you
with.
could do.
You
could do Christian and Luchasaurus. You could do Christian and Luchasaurus versus the Buddy Matthews and Brody King.
Not having Adam Copeland there and giving you Luchasaurus instead decreases the quality of that by a lot. I
like Luchasaurus.
He's okay, but like that match decreased.
But we don't. But we don't know if Edge is doing that. That's the thing. Like, so we can't do that.
Listen, I like some of the speculative fantasy booking. We got to book somebody's debut. It's AEW. Like, there's got to be a surprise debut. I'm surprised there wasn't this weekend.
Shoot, you could have had RVD versus Christian. That should be fire. RVD versus Christian.
Which, granted, we did kind of book Mercedes Monet's debut, but she's already been teased. RVD versus Christian would be fucking heat, despite them both being old.
they both can still do it. That's the thing. They both can still wrestle. It's not even like they both suck now. They both are still good.
Do you want to do? I fuck with that a little bit.
Listen, make that for the Ring of Honor Championship.
Motherfucker, stop with the Ring of Honor fucking title.
Because they're gonna do it. I'm trying to say they're gonna do it.
If they were gonna do it, they would have. Like
they did.
No, they didn't put the Ring of Honor main title because they just got Claudio just having that shit for shits and gigs right now. Like,
they ain't really doing shit with it.
Yeah, Claudio's just holding that to feel important. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Have Christian take it. He's gonna do something with it.
9.
Have him kick his daughter out again.
Fuck.
That match should be RVD versus Christian. Make that right before the main event.
I think we should open with RVD and Christian. I don't know if it should have a title attached to it. Maybe the TNT title if we want to save that title with some veterans. I mean, Christian has the TNT title right now. Technically.
There you go. There you go.
We're really doing RVD versus Christian in 2024.
And
it's still good.
RVD as a face and Christian being a dickhead like he is right now. That shit will
know what? They have both feuded with Jack Perry in the last year, and they've both been the better part of it. Jack Perry performed well against both of them because I'm not I'll slander Jack Perry, not in the ring though. In the ring, Jack Perry's a baller, but
he doesn't have a good character.
He does not have a good character. Unless he were to do my 70s gimmick that I booked on Twitter at Lil X Fudge, it was fucking heat. But Jack Perry's character's ass. But in the ring, he's a hooper. However, Christian and RVD were both better in their matches. Turtleneck Christian Cage.
So does he actually win it from Luchasaurus?
Honestly, wins it, takes it, some kind of bullshit.
I would have Christian still win this match though, but I would have RVD put up a fight though. He's going crazy in this match, but he ends up losing.
So at this point, we're implying MJF's still champion a year later. Christian Cage is still champion a year later. Jade Cargill's won it back. Best friends are the trios champions. And that Konosuke Takeshita is the international champion. Is this a champion spread we're cool with? We're currently at 10 matches. We don't have a tag title match, but we did put more women's wrestling on the card, which I think is good. And the trios titles are just better because Fraud TR killed the tag titles.
I do feel like House of Black's got to go on somewhere.
What if they did a segment?
They just call someone out?
Yeah, or maybe Will Ospreay beats Omega and then Malachi Black stares him down afterwards and teases.
Well, we still need to figure out what the Acclaim is doing.
They're facing the Blackpool Combat Club.
Or is it the Bullet Club Gold?
I would say make that the tag team championship match. The Acclaim have the belts.
So you think they win it from Fraud TR? Or we could have Blackpool Combat Club going as tag champs.
Yeah, have Blackpool Combat Club go in as tag champs versus
the Acclaimed, and that's with Billy still as a manager.
Yeah, he's a manager though.
So Blackpool Combat Club, and which members would we say? At this point, you got to give your best. Danielson should be back, so Mox and Danielson, and they could be just fucking filleting the tag division.
Yeah, I'm good with that, Mox and Danielson,
because we don't have a Danielson singles match, which we could do the Nigel McGuinness match, but that's still speculative on the roster. And
right, we don't know if he'll ever get cleared.
Yeah. And they could do a Zack Sabre Jr. thing, but they already did Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr., didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. So this is going to be, we already know which members that is, and they're going to be champs as well. And we could have the Acclaimed win it there. So this is our card. So to go back over
Wait. Like I said, House of Black got to get on this card.
Like I said, we could have for the outcomes, which we could do a part 2 next week where we do our outcomes in our stories. I think Malachi Black should appear in the dark against the winner of Omega Ospreay, which is going to be Ospreay. I think we all agree on that. And we should tease Ospreay versus Black.
Well, we already got the results, though, for all these. We already said who won to win each one.
Yeah, we did kind of say that in passing, but I thought...
yeah, we might as well just put it in.
We've been saying that shit out loud anyway.
We might as well just go through it. Right. We could have...
there is no
Ricky Starks win, and then Malachi Black appear right after.
That would imply some alignment change on the House of Black's part, because I think Ricky Starks is going to this as a heel. We didn't really decide that. I feel like House of Black, yes, they're heels, but everybody still fucks with them.
Yeah.
So then you could have,
and it could be they're passing judgment on him for his crimes against you spooky shit.
I was gonna, you can have the match end with like Ricky starts winning, he's getting his big moment, the crowd's popping for it, then the lights go out, and then the lights go back on, he's just sitting there rocking back and forth, and that's it. And that's it, and you can build off that the next week, wherever you want to build it. You can build off that the next week.
Yeah, I do think that Ospreay and Malachi Black's a bigger match, but I like both. However, we should start from the beginning and pick our winners.
Yeah.
So Best Friends versus Mogul Embassy. Who we got winning?
Best Friends.
You want to go with the babyface dub? I agree for the most part. I do think Swerve loses too much, though.
I was personally going Mogul Embassy, but
okay, then I'm the tiebreaker. And I'm actually struggling to decide this. Though I don't think Rick Ross should be a long-term champion.
I said put AR Fox in there.
To be fair, AR Fox turning again is just as goofy as Rick Ross being a champion. Because like the nature in which he turned this past week was already fucking stupid. If he turns again, it's double fucking stupid.
True.
They did botch the AR Fox thing. AR Fox is amazing though and does deserve to be a champion. Damn. Like, I love you, Kip Samian, but your spot's looking awfully AR Foxy at the moment. I'm going to go Mogul Embassy. I think that Swerve needs to win more.
You could have, like, some funky shit happen where, like, it looks like Danhausen's going to, like, get the win, and then, like, Swerve comes in, like, from behind and, like, takes him out.
Shoot, you can have Danhausen on his knee and he goes to curse him, does a little thing, and then Swerve looks at him like, what the fuck? And then hits his little finisher.
Yeah.
And him.
Yeah,
so you get the hope spot of Danielson like winning and then Swerve being a scumbag and
and you could do a Freebird rule with as many members as Mogul Embassy's got.
Right, yeah.
So you could sub Rick Ross out for any of the other members. All right. So Jade Cargill versus Sky Blue. I think we had said earlier that Sky Blue's winning that for a feel-good moment because they run back the Jade story. Though I do think a Jade Cargill babyface return is an interesting idea to be explored by AEW. We know you listen.
I think they can do the babyface thing until it gets to this point, and maybe she gets back to her jerk ways. Like maybe not be a heel, but in the actual match, just kind of get too cocky. Where Sky Blue is kind of like.
It's like it's just Sky Blue. I'm gonna beat her.
Exactly.
Everybody beats Sky Blue.
Alignment is pretty fluid in AEW, which is kind of nice for building matchups. Which I don't know if they ever even thought of doing that on purpose, or if they're just like, "Fuck it, we go and build our dream matches, and we don't care what alignments people are." But alignment is pretty fluid in AEW.
I was gonna say because everybody has that like the edgy thing, like they just talk, they say whatever they want to say.
Yeah, and like it switches on the feud, like. Danielson has switched alignments like 4 times since showing up in the last 2 years. So, all right. Turtleneck Christian versus RVD, the TNT Championship.
I say Christian should win that.
Oh, what do you think?
Christian on some bullshit.
Yep.
All right. Christian on some bullshit. It is. All right. So next up, we got the Blackpool Combat Club with Moxley and Danielson defending the clarify that's for the title AEW Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, and then Acclaim wins that.
Hey, if the Acclaim got that like big of a dub too, they'd be on some goated behavior. Like they had 2 amazing tag title wins plus the trios to title win. That was amazing. They'll be the kings of payoffs. And just staying over for a long time and never fizzling out.
Yeah. Which I was worried about when they lost the titles, but they maintained.
They brought it back. Well done, House of Black. All right. Now, we have not renamed the bootleg. We'll leave that up to Tony Khan. But we have the International Championship Scramble with Konosuke Takeshita, Kip Sabian, Dancio Garcia, Andrade, and Miro. We love Dancio around here, but who y'all got winning?
I think how do you say his name should win it.
Takeshita.
Yeah.
What do you think, Damone?
I feel like
I think for this, yeah, you have Takeshita retain.
Yeah, he's gonna be like a heel they fucking hate. So like he probably have a longer title reign too. So like
yeah, and I imagine Callis helps him win.
Yeah, like you'd have like Moxley beat Orange Cassidy, not hold it very long. A babyface beats Moxley, kind of transitional, and Takeshita gets it.
Yeah,
Something like that. So Brawl in the Hung Bucks versus CMFTR. And here we got a very controversial who we picking to win.
I'm going CMFTR, honestly.
I'm going Hung Bucks.
Like I know CM Punk's a dickhead, but the fans will be for it if he wins it.
I don't think so. Punk's already getting booed, and FTR is like
Punk has been swinging on everybody backstage, and he still gets pops.
He gets pops, but like it's weird. He gets 50-50s because like at all in, for example, the moment his music hit, boo, and then like 2 minutes later, look at my.
That's how it is.
Singing his song and booing him.
He's got the John Cena effect. We get the John Cena effect now, but the thing is, it's deserving why he should get the split. Like,
yeah. I don't think FTR should be getting that dub either. They've been riding coattails and doing nothing on their own to deserve that. I think Hung Bucks all day.
I think,
and I don't think Phil should be able to politic his way to this victory.
This one's tough because I almost want to have him have CMFTR. I feel like at the end they should be forced to shake hands. Like everybody shakes hands.
Exactly.
But to get there, who wins?
CMFTR.
I think Hung Bucks. Because you're already gonna have to do so much convincing to get the Young Bucks. Because Punk wants this match, despite all his dickheadery backstage. It's the Young Bucks who don't. I don't even think Hangman gives a fuck anymore. I think it's the Young Bucks.
Everything I've read about Hangman is pretty much like, I don't fuck with him. He don't fuck with me. I don't talk about him. I don't deal with him. He avoids all the bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Hung Bucks win. And then they shake hands with CMFTR. And then CMFTR attack them afterwards. Anyway.
Yeah. And we finally get a real CM Punk heel turn, not half-ass shit.
Yeah, we get a CM Punk heel turn. They all turn heel. Like, it looks like they finally buried the hatchet. Like, they had a fire match. They shake hands, and then low blow, attack from FTR, a go to sleep on Hangman. And CM Punk and FTR are both heels.
And this could lead to a singles, let's say they fuck up Hangman in the process,
Yeah.
This could lead to a CM Punk Kenny Omega singles match too.
Yeah.
To pay it off. Or if you want to get the whole crew involved and somebody joins Cum Farter, you could do an Anarchy in the Arena in the future with more people. Pay it off. You have or Blood and Guts. You have options to pay it off. All right, I think this one's going to be very obvious. I think we could say 1, 2, 3 for picking the winner of Sammy Guevara versus Chris Jericho.
Yes.
I said 1, 2, 3, motherfucker. 1, 2, 3. Sammy Guevara. Oh my God!
That was the best thing. This is Sammy, but
Sammy. I feel like this needs to be this is Jericho's last match. This is Jericho's last hurrah.
Oh, you think it's a retirement match?
And then we get that song one last time. You are beautiful on the inside.
And then they actually have an actual moment. Sammy retires him, and then
does he say I'm sorry before he hits the 6:30?
It's not the go to sleep. It's his thing. It's the go to sleep, but it's not called the go to sleep.
Yeah, he does a little thing into it. Yeah, I forget the name. I forget what
it's called. But
the 6:30 would be fucking funny. I'm sorry though.
But yeah, Sammy retires him, and at the end they actually have a legitimate moment where Sammy thanks Jericho and they hug it out. And then Jericho can sing his way out of their arena.
It's GTH because it was
the GTH. Yeah, is it go to hell?
Yeah, go to hell. I had to think about. I was like, I know it's GT something. It's GTH.
Yeah.
And I think our next match is also a 1-2-3 outcome. So 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Jamie Hayter.
Jamie
Hayter, yeah.
Yeah. Probably gets the pop of the night.
Get that payoff. And which granted, we could change up the order. Oh, actually, I think it's too late to change up the order. If you don't like the order, fuck you. We're getting 2 pops back to back. Because guess what? Next up is Omega versus Ospreay. And I think this is another like slam dunk for who we picked to win this. So on 3, 1, 2, 3, Will Ospreay. All day. Got to pay that off. I don't think Ospreay's ever losing at one of these. And lastly, we will have.
And realistically, even if you don't do the heel turn in the after the Anarchy in the Arena match, you could do it here. Like you could have Ospreay and Omega. They go like Ospreay wins. He leaves the ring. Omega's like leaving the ring, and Punk comes out and attacks Omega.
Hey, that would be fire too. Just Punk's coming out to give a fake consolation, then beats the fuck out of Omega after the match.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Omega and Ospreay match shouldn't have any interferences whatsoever. That should just be.
I was saying like most post match, not like during the match. Like during the match, there's no interference. It's just man to man, and then post match, like you could have CM Punk like attack.
Yeah, and that's just an option for
that's just an
Punk
option.
heel turn.
Yeah, but I think here you definitely have Punk turn,
which will lead because like what we're doing here, it may not even be like the best possible AEW card, but it is stuff that sets them up for good weekly shows in the future. And lastly, we have for the AEW Championship, MJF will have had a long ass reign at this point, which I think he deserves, especially if he keeps being able to change up his character and keep the fans engaged. Versus Ricky Starks in their rematch. And
I'm even okay with like if Cole beats him at one point, but then MJF wins it back.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that too.
Yeah.
Like if they have like an exchange or if they hot potato it, so they both become the first 3-time AEW champs. So we erase the unnecessarily Moxley records. I'm cool with that. So who y'all got winning this one? I think we're a little divided.
I got Starks.
I guess we're not as divided as we thought.
Yeah, I got Ricky Starks, like because MJF won the first one, and they went head to head. I honestly think that's the feud that should take AEW into the future. It starts MJF. MJF's their version of Austin or Rock, whichever one they want to call him. Ricky Starks is the counterpart. Like they're A1 and A, or 1A and 1B. That should be these should be their 2 stars of the future. They're still both really. Starks is young too, still, right? Youngish.
Yeah.
Early
He's
30s.
Like early 30s. MJF's young.
Yeah, MJF's young, like 26, 27.
He's 33.
Yeah, so that's really young still.
MJF is 27.
Yeah, so they're both really young still. So like this should be your the cornerstones. These are the actual should be your actual 2 pillars for the next 20 years.
Yeah, and we've been saying this on Book It for a while that MJF and Starks is it. And when it happened on Winter Is Coming last year, I was fucking nutting for that match. It was so good.
It was a really good match too. And then they didn't pay the payoff hasn't come yet.
Yeah, it was kind of a one-off. Which, granted, it was an amazing start to MJF's reign because his first match was the Moxley match, which was one of my least favorite MJF matches. But then they went straight into that banger, so it really got him off on the right foot.
Yeah. But it was also too early to have MJF drop the title.
Yeah, of course. So we knew what was happening, but I did like that they had it be dirty and still a great match. So here we have our card and our outcomes for All In 3 in Wembley. We'll be posting this card after the episode drops, so please let us know what you think of the card. And if you want to shoot us a tweet or Follow us on any social media to tell us what you think. We're going to tell you where to find us, and you can tell us if our card sucks, if it's great, or what you would do differently. So starting with D-Money, our complaints department.
I'm the complaints department now?
Yes. If you want to complain,
okay.
Talk your shit to him.
Yeah, if you're going to complain, you can talk your shit to me. I'm just going to ignore you. I'm just going to be honest. But you can follow me at dumbmoney213 on TikTok and Twitter and Threads. So it's dumbmoney, DAMONEY, T, the number 1, the number 3. You can also follow all the T13 Media stuff at T13media.com. Also on TikTok, it's T13 for all the T13 Media TikToks. I'm assuming you're going to go to Bad Guy next.
Of course, I'm going to Bad Guy. He's got 100 shows, and one of them's been new for 31 episodes.
Yep, 32 now. I think I don't know how many it is now, but you can catch me on all social medias at Bad Guy Spoken. You can catch the Bad Guy Spoken podcast on YouTube's, and you can see the show Unbiased. We're finally back. We should be recording here soon. So check out that. We're gonna be doing a draft here soon too, as well. So definitely look out for that draft. And like I said, we're gonna be recording the weekly episodes again. And you can catch my new show, Hood Movie Review. I think we're like episode like 31 or 32, something like that. But yeah, review all your favorite hood movies and not so favorite hood movies. Go watch that and listen to it. Do whatever.
And I will say Unbiased will be my go-to football podcast, especially with Undisputed. You can't hear a word anybody says. So I'm watching.
I'm not watching that show. I'm not watching. I'm not watching Undisputed.
So watch Unbiased.
I watch first things. I watch Unbiased. I watch first things first, and that's it pretty much at this point.
And then if you want to catch me doing something this weekend, I will be working with Reach for the Ropes on Sunday for doing a watch along for All Out. So you can catch me with the Reach for the Ropes crew, and we'll be doing commentary on AEW's pay-per-view, which is still kind of a mystery. So we'll see how All Out goes, see if there's any brawl out this year, and I will see.
It is weird that they're doing back-to-back pay-per-views.
I think there's potential, but they really got to start cooking on this card. And they got to do a go-home show with half the roster gone.
Right, because most of them are going to go to, by the way, RIP, Bray Wyatt, Wyndham.
Yes.
But yeah, I know a lot of them. Tony Khan said they don't have to come this week. They can all go to the memorial that day.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the roster won't be there. So also you just lost CM Punk in Chicago. So that's
God damn it, Phil.
Damn it, Phil.
You gotta take away that man's Pepsi. Maybe he's been starting to drink that fucking zero sugar Pepsi, and that extra caffeine just give him a jolt though. Punch people in the mouth.
But yeah, I feel like and apparently they're doing it. Tony Khan announced that they're doing it the same way next year too, where it's going to be all out the 1 week, and then the following week it's going to be all in the 1 week, and then all out the following week. I feel like they should treat it kind of like Mania is, where you have 2 distinct cards and you like just split them up. So treat it like a Mania Night 1 is all in, Mania Night 2 is all out is Mania Night 2. Maybe do most of like your international like talent on All In, like the people British, like Australian, like New Zealand, like your international or people on All In, and then like your more US based like stars on All Out.
And you can even do like a more Dynamite lean on All In and a more Collision lean on All Out, because they're doing the same locations too. So take your more Dynamite stars over to Wembley, and then focus on your Collision feud on
All Out.
All Out.
Yeah, like make it 2 completely distinct pay-per-views. Like I don't want just rematches from All In.
Yeah. Besides if it's MJF or Adam Cole, I could see that 100 times over.
That's the exception. Fire.
Fight forever. And be friends forever. Never break up. But yeah, we will see you here next week on Book It, and you can catch me this Sunday doing the All Out watch along with Reach for the Ropes on Twitch. So, with that said, that's been Book It.
You're supposed to say see ya.
I wanted to trip you up there. See ya.
Bye.